Hey friends, Lucian here with the Bullish Bears team, making the watch list video for tomorrow, Thursday, August 31st. I'm just tweaking, I kind of tweak the watch list criteria sometimes at night, depending on the number of plays. But I usually stick with stocks between 30 cents and $10, minimum of 300,000 shares. I've been doing it with 5%. I just moved it down to 4%. I've been getting lots of breakouts lately. I'm going to show you what to look for and how to create alerts on them. And then I kind of put like a maximum. I kind of changed this, but I put shares, which is similar to float at 100 million, just to kind of scale it down a little bit and just kind of, get ones that are going to potentially move a little bit more. So as you can see, there's potentially 51 plays for tomorrow. Let me go up here and I'm going to edit the watch list, change it to the 31st, and hit save. Okay, so a couple things. I've been playing around with just a couple things lately. I've been trying out the 2-minute time frame, saying how I like it. I do like it. I'm going back to the 1 and the 5, just kind of playing around with things. I always, number one, have the daily chart when I'm trading. And then, I've been switching between the 3 and the 5 minute or the 1 and the 2 minute. The traditional kind of setup is usually the daily with the 1 and the 5 minute with, on the 1 minute having the 9 and the 20 EMA. And on the 5 minute, kind of basically the 13, the 50. Some people add the 200 simple moving average. I don't have that on there, but I don't know. It's just kind of just a matter of your preference. When I was doing 2 minute, I'd have it kind of in conjunction with the 5 minute. But then again, sometimes I do the 1 and the 3 minute. If I do the 3 minute, I have the 13 exponential moving average as well. I'm just trying to get my groove, and as like I've been telling you guys all along, I'm learning like a lot of you guys are. So when I learn something, I try to record it and put the information out to you guys. So I'm gonna take the next couple days and stuff, go back to the 1 and 5 since I've been kind of mixing it up between the 2 and the 5, and just kind of see how I feel with it. But what you really want to do with everything when you're day trading is map out the resistance areas on the daily, drawing, lines across like that show resistance, that transition into your other charts. So you'll see, why is this one? Oh, okay, right here. So you'll see the yearly high now. There's a big, it looks like almost like a cup forming here. Usually when something like this happens, there's usually a lot of times a handle, so it tends to break out and kind of falls down a little bit. That's what I'd predict it to do, but who knows? MGTI is a Bitcoin one, so it could continue to run further. But what you want to do is, map out these resistance areas and then go to like support areas. So you can see right down here, like this 350 would probably be a first line of support. This thing's been running. I would expect this thing to pull back a little bit more, but who the heck knows? So you'll see I put a mark at 405. So if this goes up, I'll show you how I did that. A lot of people have been asking how I create alerts within ThinkorSwim. So just find an area on the chart and then just right click it and click create alert. And then you can change when the mark is at or above or at or below. I just put it for 405. So if it continues to run, it's one that maybe to go long on. Or if it falls, it might be a potential short. But this is definitely one to watch because something's going to happen with this thing. Yeah, that's basically really what I'm doing is just finding the the resistance areas and creating support and resistance lines, and then putting a mark that sets an alert. And when the alerts go off, if you click on Market Watch, you'll see alerts over here. Look at all these that were triggered. So when I'm doing these watch lists, it's important to watch these watch lists at night. these videos, and look at the watch list I post, because these things, a lot of them are just breaking out like absolute crazy. And they're great ways when they're breaking resistance areas to get some really good scalps. So MGTI, I will put on the watch list. This is a major pattern, major base being created. You know, who the heck knows what's going to happen? It may run up a little bit further. If it breaks 409, you know, then it might go up a little bit more. This thing's super overbought. It has to pull back at some point, just like as you can see, up, full, you know, flag pull up, pulls back, flag pull up, pull back, flag up, pulls back a little bit with a little bit of a wedge, and bam, bam, goes up at yearly highs. So again, just keep an eye on it if it's going to continue up or if it's going to pull back. And you can see 350 would be the first line of pullback, and then probably right down in this, you know, a little bit right below $3. Those are the areas of kind of support, and it can just go down from there. The next area would probably be that 13 EMA. So keep an eye on that. You got to be very careful trading ones like this when they're super overbought. Wait for pullbacks. So, oh, I didn't even, I guess that was looking on new highs. I didn't even realize. Okay, here's the nightly scan here. OHGI. So this is one right here. You want to see if it's going to go. And ideally, for something to run, you want to see it the next day break the high of the day today. So if I'm doing the watch list today, I want to see it break the high of the day today, tomorrow, for it to continue to run up. So this one pulled right back at the 200 simple moving average. So I'm going to create an alert right below the simple moving average, right around maybe 136. Create an alert. Create it. So it's kind of creating an alert 2 or 3 cents below the high of the day today. So it lets me know. So if tomorrow it starts to broach it, it'll trigger it and let me know, you know, if it's something I want to get in on. I'm not going to put it on the watch list today because it's starting to fade towards the end of the day, but doesn't mean it can't go up. But that's what you want to see. You want to see it break that 139 and then see it go up from there potentially. So, although, let me see here. Yeah, I'm just trying to see here. I'm going to keep, I'm torn on putting this one on the watch list. It does have some volatility when it goes, so I might put it on there just because of the volatility of it, and it is a low floater. So let's see if there's, I will put it on just because it's a low floater. OHGI. ECEZ. What a mess of a chart that is. I don't like that chart. Linu, Linu. So this one, I have an alert right here at 240 for it to break this candlestick right here at 247. I might move it up a little bit just to like 43. So you'll see today it didn't go and break the high of the day yesterday. So I want to see it to break that high of the high of the day yesterday for it to continue further up. So basically, you just want to see for a stock to continue it to break the highs of the previous day. So tomorrow, you want it to break this one right here, high of day today, but you also got to be aware of this candlestick right here. You want to get it above that and then see the areas you know, above that for resistance areas. And whole and half dollar amounts are very psychological resistance and support levels, as well as, you know, certain areas of previous candlesticks or high of the year and stuff like that. So Linu, I don't know if I'm going to put that one on the watch list. I don't really like it because it didn't break high a day yesterday. ABIL is another one. I want to see it break let's see here. I want to see it break that 130 or that 129 marker for it to go higher. So I think I'll put it at like 120. Again, this is just a gauge to give me a little bit of room to get to it. So if it triggers, it gives me maybe a little bit of time before, you know, this may trigger a week from now, tomorrow, or it might trigger 6 months from now. But it gives me a chance when the price hits these levels, it triggers, it sends an alert up here, and then it also sends me a text. So it gives me a chance to kind of get in, look at it. And then if it does break, you know, this resistance area, a lot of times I want to wait for a pullback anyway. So that's my thought process on creating the alerts. LIQT. So this one right here, want to see this one break ideally above 50 cents. So I'll put one above. Again, it's just a gauge. I'm not putting in the watch list. FSNN. This thing's really running. My goodness. So with this one, you want to see it break high of day today, which is 347, which is the high of the day. I'm going to set an alert for maybe 344. So obviously then you want to be careful of that 350 marker. See if it pulls back there or if it continues further. Obviously my first line of defense for this one for support level would probably be $3 just because it's a whole dollar amount. So you basically want to see it break above 347. If not, you know, watch for it to pull back to $3 and then see if it goes down from there, like $0.50 increments from there. This thing's been really running. It's super overbought, but I will put it on the watch list. FSNN. Okay. And, you know, be careful because a lot of people like the shorts like to come in and short these as well. So it may continue further, but at some point it's going to want to pull back, especially being so far from that 13 EMA. At some point it's going to want to pull back, whether it's tomorrow or the next day or, you know, very soon after that. Just be very, very mindful of that. WNDW. So this one right here. Here's another one that's broken out. You want to see it break 470, which is the high of the day today. Set an alert at maybe 466. You can set them again before. It's totally up to you. Support, I'm looking right at, I might even put it right in between here. I might put it right at the bottom of this candlestick here. Kind of an in-between. So you want to see it go and break 470 for it to continue up, or see if it's going to fall back down. If the shorts will come down, short it back down, you know, for a pullback before it either continues further. So it can continue up further tomorrow, or it may pull back. It's just something that you definitely want to keep an eye on. Not a ton of volume. Had major breakout on the yearlies. So I will definitely put it on the watch list though. WNDW. MGTI, that was one I was put on earlier. So as you can see here, it's at the yearly highs. See if it continues up or pulls back. FTEK. Wow. Crazy candlestick. This is one, I'm not even playing this one. I'll set an alert if it gets close to this area here. WRIT. Man, this one's really just been running up. I just don't like this chart. Something just bothers me about it. It just seems almost too perfect. I don't know much about it, but I'm not putting that on the watch list. VSTM. So this one here, You want to see it break high a day today, 393. But ideally, you want to see it break $4 right there, that whole dollar amount. So that's what I'm going to put. And I'm going to put an alert right around 394. And then if it breaks $4, watch between 450 and 467 and see what happens. But $4 might be a nice breakout level. And again, it's broaching it in the aftermarket. So keep an eye on that one. I might put it up, replace the alert. Maybe I'll put it at 397. So VSTM. BWVI, don't like it. IMGN. So this one right here, you want to see it break 879. Set an alert at like 875. So I've been posting these alerts sometimes in the trade room, sometimes on our fan page. When I send these alerts, I don't send them always immediately, so they're not like necessarily buy signals. You want to take these alerts and just read the alert and see what it says, where it's triggered at, and just obviously do your own charting. Sometimes I send them quicker, sometimes I send them throughout the day, but doesn't mean just buy them. Make sure you look at the chart, see what happens, see where it broke through the levels, and then see if there's a pullback or for a potential new entry. So when I post those alerts, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking at it's these alerts that you see that are created that I end up sending to you guys. So you want to see it break 879 to continue further, and then support right around this 805 marker. So see it break 879 or come back down and touch support right around that 805 marker. This is like kind of like a double bottom, or you could even call it maybe a head and shoulders, a left shoulder, head, a right shoulder, and then a breakout on the neckline. But that's what to look for. So that's and it's at yearly highs here. So you want to see it go continuously, if it's going to move forward, if it's going to break yearly highs or come back down right to the support level. And then obviously if it falls below that, then you'll see below that, maybe $7, $7.26, $7.30 area. So this one's kind of fading towards the end of the day, so I'm not sure I'm going to put that one on the watch list, but I have the alert set up. ARCI. Man, this one's been crazy too. I want to see it break that 152. 175 is the yearly high. I might put an alert right around like 148-ish. I don't know how I feel about that chart. So I want to see it beat 150, then it's got 175. I mean, it could potentially run. It did. It is kind of moving up in the after hours, so I will put it on there. ARCI. TCON. Don't love it. I'm going to set an alert here right at 272. QRCHC. Don't like it, but I'll set an alert for maybe 156. So basically I'd want to see it break above here to continue up. NBEV, don't love it. Maybe I'll put an alert for 410-ish area. Not putting on the watch list. SRNE, don't like it. I already have an alert set here. You can see if it triggers at 225, it could go up into the gap at 281 area. So that alert's already set up. ANTH. And don't love it. Let's see. 16. Yeah, I'm gonna cancel that alert. And I want to see it 388. I mean, there's a nice gap in there, but I want to wait for it to get. It'd be, see, that was 388. Might wait for it to see if it breaks $3. Yeah, I'll put 304 on there. It's just kind of doing not much of anything. So I'll save that for the later. EKSO. Don't love it. PEIX. So we want to see it break 490. But ideally want to see it break $5. So maybe put a alert, maybe 497. See, I'll get a lot of these alerts triggering throughout the day. Sometimes I'm watching something else. So a lot of times I'll totally miss these alerts. So, you know, some I'll catch them real time, some I won't. But what I do is I take our watch list at night, and then I take the ones in the morning for trade ideas. So a lot of these ones that I put on the watch list at night, I might actually be looking at the trade ideas in the morning, because those are the ones that are forming these patterns in the pre-market with volume and news. So some of these ones, basically a lot of these right here might be continuations. And then ones in the morning are the ones, you know, with the news. And, you know, I tend to gravitate a little bit more towards the ones in the morning, which have the news, and they are forming kind of these patterns then. But these are totally fine too, because these are breaking out like crazy as well. So it's just kind of a matter of your preference, whether you want to do, you know, just like these breakouts on the daily, or whether you like the trade ideas news. It's just kind of, again, matter of your preference. PEIX, and I mean, it is moving up. I will put it on the watch list. ANTM, NM. Don't like it. GEVO. No. Fate. So we'll put, so pull back right at 407. Maybe I'll put an alert at like 403. Let's see if I'm gonna, it could potentially go up more. It's kind of holding its highs for the day. Not a ton of volume, but I will put it on the watch list. FATE, KOPN. So want to see it break that 420 marker, 421. So right here, I want to put an alert right at that. I'll put it at like 416. So basically, want to see it break that 415 tomorrow. It may continue up, and then obviously be careful around that 450 marker. So yeah, KOPN will definitely go on the watch list, forming a nice flag right now. FGP. Not a lot of volume. It is holding its highs. Want to see it break 538. I'd want to see it break above that 550. So I'll put an alert at 448. But I will put it on the watch list to see if it continues up. FGP. CLMT. Wow, this pulled back, and see that? It's pulling right back down to the top of that, or towards the top of that flag, but kind of stayed up there as well. So I'm going to put this one at, see if it'll break 795. So I'll put a alert 792. So as you can see, nice bull flag, flat top breakout, right above $7, broke right above it. So CLMT, I'm not going to put it on because it's selling off at the end of the day. ACIU, don't like it. REED. Want to see it break above 250 ideally. Not putting it on the watch list. CEMP. Don't love it. MVIS. Like to see it break above at 261. Let's maybe put alert 257-ish. Not putting it on the watch list. BW. No, I don't like it. CRBP. Let's see it break that. Ideally, so that's a. Let's see it break $8. So I might put an alert right here. See it break above. Say it went up there today and kind of pulled back. So I'd like to see it break above $8, and then maybe it goes towards the gap. NLNK. 899. Might set an alert right. Let me see here. Let me remove this. There's a gap right up in here. So right around that 822 marker. Where am I going to set the alert? I'll put it maybe like 820. Right here, or 19. So basically when that alert hits, you want to see if it's going to go up. If it breaks 822, then it might be going into that gap, which would be a nice gap fill. Now, am I going to put that on the watch list? I don't love it. Even though it did hold the ties, but I'm not really loving it. APRI. Let's see here. I want to see it break that 172 marker. Put an alert. Maybe a 169. 160, yeah, 9. That's fine. So I want to see it break above that to see if it's going to continue up further. Don't really like that pattern on the 5-minute. VSI, no. FBIO. Let's see here. Don't love that. Okay. Yeah. Put an alert right around 507. If it breaks, gets closer to yearly highs. NXTD. Man, that's a mess. That's a messy looking chart. Yeah, put an alert at like 245. See, these alerts are nice to have because, you know, you might be able to just take them out or take a look at them, you know, at a different day, a different time, you know. Might not happen tomorrow or the next day, but it can happen a couple months down the road. So it's like you're building your funnel. I came from the sales background, so it's like you're building your sales funnel so that, you know, down the road, you know, if it pops on a day, it's a nice opportunity. NEOS. Wow, this one's really running. This one might be due for a decent pullback. Want to see it break that 846 marker. Or that 852. So yeah, I'm going to put an alert right above that 846. $8 might be a support area. And I will definitely put NEOS on the watch list. AMMJ. Don't love it. Let's see here. Like to see it break that 125 marker. Put an alert. So that's all you're doing. All I'm doing is just mapping out support and resistance, looking at patterns. So on the 5 minutes, seeing the ones that hold their highs on the day. This one isn't holding its high, but that's forming nice patterns, so that might potentially break out the following day or soon thereafter. And then if there's something I don't really like, I'll create an alert for another day down the road where it'll notify me then. MBOT, don't love it. ADMP, don't like it, but I'll set an alert right there. Although it is, see, I was just looking at the daily, but on this 5 minute it went up and it's forming like this nice wedge pattern. Not a lot of volume, but it could be setting up for a breakout. So I actually will put ADMP on the watch list. TA, don't love it. ACRX, I want to see it break that 350-ish marker. So maybe I'll put an alert at 347. All right. Yeah, it's all choppy right now. SHLO. And don't love it. Well, it's got that. I want to see it get above that 50 SMA. So I might put an alert at 935 or 36. I'll just leave it at 36. MEET. Let's put alert at 377. Do I like that one? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe I'll put that one on the watch list because it could continue up. It's been riding that 13 EMA. So again, a lot of times, these ones might not just like these are, with day trading, you might get 10, 20, 30 cent scalps, but that's all you're really looking for, and it's just a matter of your preference. Do you like the volatility in the morning with the news on ones that might potentially fly that day? Or do you want to get ones a day or two later that are holding their highs and get your 10 or 20 or 30 cents if it's doing a daily breakout? It's, again, all a matter of your preference. So you want to take the nightly watch list that I'm doing now and then obviously coincide it with the trade ideas pre-market movers as well. SND, or meets, I put that on there. SND. Want to see it break 610. So I'll create an alert there. 611. It's kind of riding that 13 EMA. It's holding its highs. You want to be careful at that that 669, that 50 SMA. But I will put that one on the watch list. It held the ties. But it's kind of fading towards the end of the day, but it's at $6. So, it's one I'm not going to put it on because of the overhead resistance, but I'll keep the alert. NEO, want to see it break 993. Put an alert at 990. It is kind of holding its highs. I'll put that on the watch list. NEO. BETR. Yep, definitely with this one. Look at this right at the end of the day. Want to see it stay above that 725 marker, and yeah, right there, 727. I'll put an alert. If it breaks above that, this could have a nice chance to run potentially tomorrow. So you'll see it's holding as high as at the end of the day, and it's above the 13 EMA. It's got some room, so this one might potentially go. So we'll definitely put BETR on the watch list. And KND, I want to see it break above that $8 marker. Put an alert for 797. Will I put on the watch list? Don't really love it. So that is the watch list for tomorrow. If you haven't liked us yet on Facebook, make sure that you like our fan page on Facebook over at Bullish. Just type in Bullish Bears in Facebook and like our fan page, and that way you can make sure you get the Trade Ideas watch list every morning that we post over there. We post it by 9 a.m. Also, make sure you subscribe to our nightly watch list here by email. We email out the watch list every single night. So this video I make, we send it by email as well, the actual watch list. So make sure you subscribe over here if you haven't already. If you haven't joined our trade room yet, we have a great trade room now where we're close to about 500 members on Skype. It's a free trade room that we offer our community. Again, if you have joined trade rooms elsewhere or looked into them, they cost you at minimum $100 elsewhere. And we're providing ours for free to our community. So it's a really big deal. So make sure you take advantage of it. If you haven't joined our trade room, you can join right over here. As well as we have some courses, basic stock course, a momentum course, an options course, the ThinkorSwim course. You know, that's a couple $1,000 value. Saves you a couple $1,000 of having to pay for courses elsewhere. So basically you can come over, you can learn over here from us in our courses, then join our trade room and shadow us, as well as, you know, ask people questions in our Facebook community. So we provide a lot of content to our community members, and we're doing it all basically for free. We don't charge our members for anything that we do. We're trying to be different. Tim, Dan, and myself have a vision of really becoming the largest trading community in the world and not charging our members for everything that we offer. Now, we can't promise that we will stay contribution-based, because that's what we are right now. We are a donation-based community. We're ideally looking for, you know, our members to all really just pitch in just a little bit to help us grow. So everybody giving a little bit of money to help us to grow. And the more donations that we have coming in, the more likely that we will not charge for membership fees down the road. But if we don't have enough donations coming in to sustain us, then we might have to change our model down the road to a membership base. So again, if you see value in our community and you'd like to contribute to us, we have a contribute link on our website right here. And we have monthly donation options for as low as $10 a month. So $10, $25 a month. You know, just our trade ideas alone is saving you $100 a month. So if you're not going to pay for trade ideas and you like, you know, the services that we offer, you know, we'd appreciate $10 a month, $25 a month, whatever you can afford to help us grow. Again, the more that Tim, Dan, and myself, the more contributions that we receive, the less likely we'll be membership based, and the more we can continuously give back to our community members. So if you'd like to donate, we would greatly appreciate it. We also have an awesome merchandise store. If you like our Bullish Bears logo or our Hope is Real slogan, we have a whole women's store, men's, kids apparel, hats, zip-ups, hoodies, mugs, and gifts. So we have fantastic items over there if you'd like to visit our merchandise store, as well as make sure that you go over to YouTube and you know, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can type in Bullish Bears, or if you're watching the video here now, you can just click subscribe, but you'll see us over here. We're growing like crazy now. We have close to 5,500 members, tons of content. So make sure you subscribe, like our videos, comment on them, share them. We're very interactive, so we'll do our best to get back to you with any questions. that you may have. So hopefully this video helped you, and happy trading tomorrow. Enjoy, guys.